Thor, the God of Thunder versus He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. A matchup that I've always wanted to talk about. I've already made Superman versus He-Man and He-Man versus Juggernaut, but this time it's Thor versus He-Man. Who would win and why? He-Man is the most powerful man in the universe. His superpower is derived from the magical powers within Castle Grayskull. He is presented as the most powerful warrior in Eternia, and his feats are usually the most impressive. His main weapon is his indestructible magical sword of power. The sword gives him the ability to transform from Prince Adam to He-Man and back. He also uses his sword to transform Cringer into the mighty Battle Cat. He-Man possesses vast superhuman strength, durability, endurance, stamina, and healing. He was shown powerful enough to push a moon of Eternia into a specific orbit, and then to return it to its original position by hand. This easily ranks him as class 100 tons according to Marvel's scale of strength. This scale is only meant for comparison purposes. For example, characters of class 10 tons such as Spider-Man can move thousands of tons in comics, whereas characters above class 100 can range anywhere from lifting mountains to entire planets, and He-Man is definitely among those who can pull off such amazing feats. He was able to hoist Castle Grayskull and to throw it through a dimensional doorway, but he couldn't accomplish that easily, as he was shown struggling to lift the castle and needed all the power within it. This actually shows inconsistency in the original He-Man's show, because the man who can move the moon easily should not be having troubles lifting a castle. He was shown as the only person to be able to destroy the metal Phtanium, claimed by Man-at-Arms to be the toughest metal in the universe, similar to the Adamantium in the Marvel Universe. In the mini-comics, Skeletor once stole the Stone of Life and He-Man chased him into the Snake Mountain, where the villain created a wall of fire to stop him. The fact that the fire is not a solid material does not mean that He-Man cannot punch his way through it. He-Man also possesses super speed, as he can easily block several beams directed at him at the same time. He can also stop a sand tornado by unwinding it from the inside out. In He-Man and the Thundercat storyline, an absent-minded He-Man fought Lion-O and was out for killing. The story severely depowered He-Man for plot's needs to make the matchup fair against Lion-O, who obviously would not stand a chance against He-Man. The story boosted the powers of Lion-O to the degree that showed him capable of tanking He-Man's most powerful blows, and to easily lift several tons, which obviously does not abide by the truth about Lion-O's powers from the 80s original show. I grew up watching Thundercats, and Lion-O never had such power, as he was struggling tearing ropes and moving rocks and was overpowered by the mutants on several occasions. And this level of power does not stand a chance against the one who can easily move the moon. Although this might not be relevant in this matchup against Thor, but it's worth mentioning that He-Man overpowered Superman in a combat and managed to stab him with his sword. Superman was thought killed, but it was revealed later on that it was a clone, as the real Superman was captured by the evil Orko. This, however, does not change the fact that the real Superman is vulnerable to magic as stated by Skeletor and would be doomed to lose against the magically powered He-Man. In a combat against the snake god Serpus, He-Man was struck by the giant snake's tail and was sent crashing into a mountain. When he fell to the ground, he was again in Adam's form, although he was empowered by the snake armor. This suggests that there is a limit to He-Man's abilities. Thor, on the other hand, is one of Marvel's most powerful beings. As the god of thunder, Thor possesses vast super strength, durability, endurance, stamina, and healing. He is capable of incredible feats of strength, such as lifting the Earth-sized serpent of Midgard, which was crushing the whole planet and causing disasters everywhere. Thor, however, accomplished the impossible and broke the grasp of the serpent with a god's determination and strength. By combining his power with that of Beta Ray Bill, Thor destroyed Surtur's solar system-sized dimensional portal, which housed many stars, and easily survived the blast. In a battle against the Executioner, Thor survived the villain's blast, which is equivalent to an exploding sun. Thor was stunned, but quickly regained his unlimited strength and overpowered the Executioner. If He-Man can punch through a wall of fire, then Thor has fought in the very core of the sun itself, showing some unprecedented feats of stamina, durability, and endurance. If He-Man struggled to lift Castle Grayskull, Thor didn't have any trouble opening a portal and bringing the citadel of Asgard to Earth and sits it on the ground, then lifts Asgard off the ground and leaves it floating in the air when he was informed that he cannot leave Asgard on a private property without a permission. Even when unworthy and not as powerful as he used to be, Thor is still durable enough to search for Mjolnir inside the sun. For weeks he has come to the sun, every day without fail, to dive into the plasma and to swim as far as he can until his newest hammer melts and his eyes begin to roast inside their sockets. Thor can summon the elements of the storm such as lightning, rain, and wind. An example took place when he fought Hercules in a combat without using Mjolnir, and was obliged to summon lightning to break Hercules' grip, who was about to knock him unconscious. Thor is capable of entering into the state known as the Warrior's Madness, which will increase his strength and stamina tenfold. Recently, Warrior Madness Thor slaughtered all the Frost Giants in Jotunheim. The Avengers, however, were careful when they approached him, knowing that in this state, Thor would be absent-minded and would attack his enemies and friends alike. Thor possesses the mystical hammer Mjolnir, which was forged in the heart of a sun, to control weather, and which also makes him capable of flight, energy projection and absorption, dimensional travel, matter manipulation, and the most powerful of his attacks, the God Blast, which once forced Galactus himself to flee. At one point, Thor confronted the god known as Glory, who was the embodiment of an entire pantheon of gods, and managed to defeat him. In addition to his incredible stamina and durability, Thor can fly way faster than light speed when wielding Mjolnir, as he can move towards the void, the furthest reach of thought itself. Although he possesses vast powers, Thor is far from being unbeatable. He has been defeated on several occasions by opponents who seemingly prove to be physically stronger. Hulk has knocked him out cold many times, and Gladiator once knocked him unconscious with one single blow, forcing him to revert back to his human alter ego. A fully powered Juggernaut also overpowered him and almost killed him in a bear hug. Nevertheless, Thor will always be ranked among the most powerful in the Marvel Universe. To sum it up, both He-Man and Thor possess vast superhuman strength, durability, stamina, and healing, and both have been defeated and overpowered at one point or another. In my opinion, anything He-Man can do, Thor can do it better. He-Man lifts Grayskull, Thor lifts Asgard. He-Man pushes a moon, Thor lifts the Earth-sized serpent of Midgard. He-Man punches through fire, Thor can swim and fight inside the sun itself. Thor, however, is definitely the more experienced warrior, so I would give him the win against the champion of Eternia. That was all for this video. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Thanks for watching. and have a nice one.